Meanwhile, tonight, many Syrians are praising the president's actions, but they're also hoping that more is done to help out their families.
Our Clifton French live outside of MacDill Air Force Base that houses U.S. Central Command. And Cliff, I understand that you spoke to a Syrian American and a refugee today. So what's their take on this action?
Yeah, it's complicated. U.S. Central Command, just beyond this checkpoint behind me, has been at the center of fighting ISIS in Syria for years. This action, though, just yesterday taken against the Syrian government, was the first of its kind attack. But now many Syrians are asking, what happens next? After years of civil war, the U.S. finally sent a message in the form of dozens of rockets against the Syrian government. A sound and vision many Syrians have been waiting for.
We thought maybe Trump is trying to show Obama how you enforce a red line. At the same time, we wonder, was it done simply to appease the public?
Hassan Shibley's emotions are as complicated as the conflict itself. Currently the executive director of CARE Florida, he was born in Syria. The images he's seen for the past 5 years have been heartbreaking, especially the pictures from that chemical attack by the Assad regime a few days ago.
And I just think how, with a slight change of fate, I might have been over there and seeing my children suffocating to death.
He believes more intervention from a force of several nations can solve the civil war and the problems that come with it. The key, taking down Syria's leader.
Look, the refugee crisis and the humanitarian crisis in Syria will not be solved so long as Assad is in power.
Everything was extremely expensive. So getting bread or anything to eat was very hard to find.
Refugees like Mohammed Haraka and his family. He came to the U.S. 5 years ago, fleeing the civil war. Much of his family still in danger.
My aunts and my uncles are still there. My grandfather is still there.
Tonight, while images of the airfield destroyed by U.S. missiles continue to come out, he's still uncertain what the future holds for his home, his friends, and his loved ones.
I feel like the U.S. intervention could lead to a positive future, but at the same time it could lead to a negative future.
And it's still unclear what all of this means, if anything, in the fight against ISIS in Syria. Now, if the U.S. strategy is going to change at all, or if it's going to continue relying on indigenous forces on the ground, just supporting them with air support and other means. I'm reporting live in Tampa. Clifton French, ABC Action News.
Clifton, thank you. We've reached out to lawmakers across Florida about the strikes in Syria. Governor Rick Scott praising President Trump's action, saying he, quote, acted decisively. He went on to say, quote, these chemical attacks against innocent Syrian people are sickening, and it's about time someone stood up for them.